Hey everybody, Dr. Albert Snow here, Holistic Gastroenterologist. Today I want to talk about curcumin and fish oil. So the title is going to be basically curcumin, no. Fish oil, yes. What's the issue I'm getting at? Mainly bleeding. They're both blood thinners, and when you take them for a good reason, they're healthy. They don't do harm. But you're going to see more blood. If that's part of one of your symptoms, you're going to say, hey, I'm doing pretty good. Let me taste the curcumin. And it's going to say, well, geez, I'm bleeding again. Can't be the curcumin. Yes, it is. It's a blood thinner. Why are people taking it? Because it's supposed to be a anti-inflammatory. They don't want to go on steroids. So it's not. It's not. It's just overhyped. You know what happens? Companies get a balance, budget, I should say, and they go start advertising. It's all over the internet, and we start saying, "Wow, look at this new thing," which is it's been used for centuries, but that sounds good. Well, it sounds good, but it's bullshit. Curcumin. If somebody's out there says, "Well, it helps me," hallelujah. That's the 1 out of 1,000. It's doesn't gonna help. It's not gonna help anything other than very minor pain, if at all. I've never seen anybody get any results with it, and it's a blood thinner. And so when we want to thin our blood, let's take it. Why would we want to thin our blood? Well, cholesterol is one thing. Get rid of the cholesterol, which I've spoken about quite a bit. There's not actually cholesterol we want to get rid of. We want cholesterol. We want undigested fats swept through the system, and curcumin, otherwise known as turmeric, I should say. Curcumin is the active ingredient. Turmeric is good for that. It'll help clean your blood out. Okay, and it has properties that will help the liver detoxify. But anti-inflammatory, no. And what you're going to do if you are being treated for IBS class Crohn's and you have blood in your stool, you're going to see more. It's just not a good deal. It's just it's an overhyped herb. And so, fish oil. Omega-3, whatever, 6, 9, there's all kinds of varieties out there. They're really pretty much all the same. If there's a risk for bleeding with that, it's worth taking it. We might put it on the back burner, and I'll tell you how we're going to use it. But there's a case where it's like, yes to that, because why? It has a lot of benefits that actually are real. So when you're fixing a gastrointestinal tract and bleeding, diarrhea and such, that's because you have a hole that's been eaten by acid through your bowel wall down to hits a blood vessel, and you bleed. So if you take a blood thinner and there's already a leak, you're going to see more blood. So why am I saying yes, we should take the fish oil? Well, there's a condition to it. Well, one is we need it because it actually is part of the wall. Turmeric or curcumin is not part of your anatomy, the physiology, but the fish oil is. You have the layers of your bowel wall are a layer of skin, fat, muscle. The fat layer, if we're going to rebuild your colon, we have to bring in those raw materials that the tissue is made out of. Amino acids build the skin and the muscle, and then fatty acids build the fatty layer. So what do? We say, well, we've got catch-22. No, not really. We know that it'll cause bleeding if we take it right away or increase the bleeding you have. Remember, it doesn't cause bleeding. It just exacerbates if there's already a hole. So if we have a hole there and blood's coming out, there you go. We don't want to use it at that time. We put it in the back burner. So here I am. I write a prescription out. I say this, that, and fatty acid, you need that for the reason I just said. But hold on. Put it on the kitchen table, back corner, and we'll get to it later. And we take the other supplements that will rebuild the skin, fat, and muscle, but I have to say not the fat part yet, the skin and the muscle, and patch up some of those holes. Then we say, you know what, let's bring in the fish oil. We need it anyways to build this layer of fat, but also it's a test. How well did the other nutrients rebuild the bowel wall and patch some of those holes up? All right, bring on the fish oil, we'll find out. And we don't, none of the issue we have, we find when people are already taking, say, a fish oil or some other supplement, they're hardly ever taking enough. It's not even close usually. You might need a tablespoon and they're taking one little capsule. So we bring in a pretty regular dose. We don't screw around with the dose. We bring in a strong dose and say, here, take like 4 capsules or take a tablespoon. of the oil? And we'll find out. This is the beauty of the body. You'll find out within a few hours, if not minutes. We don't have to, when you're doing things right and you know what to look for, the body will tell us within 24 hours, usually way before that. You know, people tell me, well, I've been waiting 2 months and the doctor says it's going to kick in eventually. That's bullshit. If you got to wait more than 2 days, it isn't the right supplement for you. All right, so the story is relevant to the most basic comments about the bleeding. Curcumin and turmeric is just a bullshit supplement. It's a spice. Use it for cooking, all right? Don't expect anything out of it. It'll thin the blood, and you'll say, well, why am I thinning the blood? Why am I bleeding more? It has nothing else to offer you. It's not a good anti-inflammatory, okay? On the other hand, hey, we get the fish oil. We do definitely need that to build the wall, but we need to put it on the back burner, do some patchwork, bring it back in. Hallelujah. It did 2 things. Like a test, it showed us, hey, we patched things up pretty good. Okay, good, but we still need the benefit of that fatty wall, part of our wall. Let's bring the fish oil all the way in with a regular dose. Give it a month or 2. It'll fill up that hole as far as the fat is concerned. It's valuable. 2 blood thinners, 1 bullshit, 1 has multiple layers of value. Okay, thank you. We'll be back with some more clips soon. So long.